This right here is the new Segway Xaber 300. We are in beautiful Colorado, and today we are taking it out for some good single track rides, see how it does on off-road conditions, and really give it a good test for it being a 9/10 size dirt bike. So join me in today's video and see how it does. Also, if you haven't checked out my first ride and first impression of this video, please check it out. It's in the link in the description below. But for now, we're about to go tear up some single track in Colorado. Make sure you stay subscribed so you can see how this thing compares against true traditional gas bikes. Seeing those are the bikes I've ridden my entire life, and this is the first e-moto that I'm gonna be taking to really get after some hard enduro. So make sure you stay subscribed and let's get into this video. All right, here we go on the Segway Xaber 300. We're gonna start it off in program number 200. I think that's gonna be our happy medium. Nothing too crazy on this tight single track turn track we have. So let's give it a first lap. Ooh, a little squirrely right off the bat. So yeah, let's give it a nice lap. We'll get up to X1 here in a second, but I want to see how this 200 does right off the bat. Feels pretty good for some hard enduro, single track kind of riding. Definitely not lacking any power here. Just really letting it rip. Let's see how these whoops go. Woo! Almost wheelied out right there. Gotta be careful. This short frame definitely makes you want to fall off the back. Definitely could use some bigger wheels too, some 21/18 setup. So we're still on 200. Let's go do a nice little single track loop. Remember to make sure to subscribe because next video I'm doing a full hard enduro specific video. Really see how this thing can handle. A little small through these whoops right here, kind of getting bounced around, but pretty controllable in this 200 setting. Where I think this bike would really be amazing is for the female side of the world. A little bit smaller, not as big. Tons of power yet. It almost has too much power for the size of it. Because I'm not even in full power and I'm feeling like I can wheelie out. And the suspension kind of is a little small. Hard to really haul ass over all these little whoops. Woo! Almost understeering a little on that turn. Doubles. Oh! Little sketch right there. Trying to run some doubles. Oh, I'm reaching for that rear brake like crazy with my foot. So used to that. But it's not too weird because it's kind of like you're pulling in the clutch on a normal moto, so you're still doing that same hand movement. All right, that's like a full loop on the single track loop. Let's go to X1 and see if we can hang. Oh, that's powerful. Just spinning. Woo! Hopefully I have enough control to control this thing. So much power, kind of scary. I feel like I'm gonna get whipped off into the cabbage. Yeah, a little bit bigger suspension, I might be clearing those whoops instead of just getting rattled by them. And there is something about e-motos, they clunk when you land hard, so pretty much everyone I've been on makes a lot of noise when you hit hard. So I'm on the X1. Woo. Insane, that is just too much power And for in here, obviously it is all controllable. I can change the mapping. This is just the stock X1 full powered map that I've built. And soon enough, I know we're getting blinker update on this, wheelie mode update. So we got some things in the works. So make sure to stay subscribed so you can see those videos when those updates become available. I'm barely touching this throttle to keep me rolling. And it feels like you're moving a lot slower than a gas-powered bike because you can't hear the engine. Nice little double section. Just got to get into it there. Yeah, the doubles in here when you're on X1 are actually somewhat doable, but the suspension kind of makes it a little scarier than you want to be launching in here. All right, that's a full lap on the X1 setting. Kind of a little too much power. Woo! I'm going back to 200, a little more controllable. I definitely think I could do equal amount of lap times on X1 or 200 just for the fact of rideability ease. So yeah, just getting the hang of it, the handbrakes. No foot controls at all. Kind of fun. Fun for this whooped out stuff. Tight. So now we're gonna get ourselves into a little bit of a hard enduro section to give you a little glimpse at what our next video is gonna be about. The enduro section, gonna be working into the hard enduro section. I'm in mode 200. Definitely feels pretty controllable through here as I slip out a little bit. X1, just too much power for stuff in here. Might even go down to 150 and see how I like it. Can just cruise through. So yeah, now I'm on 150. Not as much power, definitely not race mode, but if you need to take a break and you're chilling, need to catch your breath, drop it to 150. Your arms aren't gonna be getting ripped out like 200, 300, beast mode, or X1. But I haven't even gotten to those settings yet because I haven't driven 60 miles on this bike yet. So we're still learning. But one of the cool things about the e-motos in the hard enduro world, you never have to worry about stalling out because you just always have power. You don't have to pull in a clutch. Sure, you have some bikes that with the Recluse, you never stall, but where this thing is lacking is the size of the frame and the wheel size. It could be slightly bigger for stuff like this. The clearance isn't quite good enough. The wheels, I'm just getting kind of deflected on everything because they're just a little too small. Oh, but yeah, as you can see, those little rocks that you normally can just blast over on a big bike kind of bouncing me. All right, 200, I need a little more power. I also have an E-clutch, so if I need that, but haven't seen the need to use that besides just good throttle control. So as you can see, I'm about to get into the hard enduro section. Definitely subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video because this is all the next video is going to be about, is just pure hard enduro. So just giving you a little glimpse. Let's go see how it goes. I'm in 200. Pretty easy up that. Definitely has the power in 200. I am not struggling at all. It's almost a little too much power at times. All right, so we're making it up the hard enduro section. So my battery is getting a little low. I'm at 20%. I can definitely notice a little bit of fall off on how much we have still running. But the ease of going up this hard stuff is pretty sick. Not wrapping out the throttle like crazy. Little small for some of the sections though. Yeah, the frame and the wheel size kind of limit when you get to a section like this. It's such a big obstacle that you kind of need to find your way around, unfortunately. Wheel size, biggest complaint, but everything other than that is pretty fun. Now we're gonna go back down. Just see how it is on the descent. With the brake, the rear brake being in your hand control, it's kind of nice because you can kind of just focus on rallying through. Your feet can be bouncing around the place and not trying to hit that rear brake going down this steep stuff. So yeah, nice and easy coming down this stuff. Little loose, but not too bad. So did all that in setting 200 versus X1. All right, so now we're back onto the normal single track off that super hard enduro steep stuff. Gets a little challenging up there with the size of the bike. Do wish it was a little bigger. It's all right though. We have the power. Sometimes if you're on too small of a bike, you lose power. Not in this situation. I do believe this size of bike would be great for the female that doesn't ride moto a ton. You're 5 foot, 5'3" maybe, 100 and something pounds. This size of bike is what you want for the off-road world where you can put your feet down and really lug it. For us guys, full-grown adult male, it's a toy. It's fun. It's fun for a ranch, fun for a lake house. Not quite it if you're trying to get into super hard enduro dirt biking. But I would like to probably put this motor controller into a big frame with 21-inch wheel, 21-inch front wheel, 18 or 19 rear with a full-size frame, and I think this would be a super sick bike. So Segway, if you're hearing this, let me help do some R&D testing for you guys. I would love to do it. Or any other moto companies out there that want some good Colorado R&D testing, would love to help you. I ride dirt bikes every single day of my life, so that's what we do around here. But yeah, I'm really getting the hang of it now. Flowing a little better, getting the hang of the smaller frame and bike. So now I'm gonna run it backwards. Woohoo! Whew. Where am I? Here we are. All right, so that's a wrap on today's video. If you enjoy these videos, please comment, like, subscribe. As I was talking earlier, we're about to get into some super hard enduro video segments with this bike, so subscribe to see that. Also, if you want to see any other content, please let me know. But until next time, hit the subscribe button, stay righteous, and we'll see you next time. Peace. So now that we're ending this video, I want to give a big shout out to the guys over at Outdoorica that got me on this bike, squared me away. They are an amazing dealership located in central Minnesota. They also ship anywhere you need a bike, so please reach out to them, check them out, and get yourself an e-moto. want that school bus built-in features on it. It's a beautiful day in Colorado. Just really ripping these roads. And the fact that it's silent, nobody is getting pissed off. Low battery. We got it on the screen. We're down to 10%. 53 miles an hour here with 8% battery left. I hope I don't run out. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Make sure you subscribe and leave me a comment. Later.